choke. Yep.
This way.
That way.
Okay.
Fuel is on.
This
okay.
is on.
Ready?
Yep. And then pull, right?
No. It's power start.
Oh. Guys, today on Tools in Action, we're not here for a long time, we're just here for a good time. Today we're going to be going over...
Really?
Yep.
Where's all the alcohol and women?
No, that's afterwards.
Oh.
That's the after video
That's
party.
the after party.
Yeah.
That's the wrap-up party here at Tools in Action.
Today we're going to go over something we just got from Ridgid. It's a new Ridgid generator. I'm going to let Dan go into it. He's been playing around with it, so...
All right, you guys, we've done a couple of Ridgid generators before, but we really wanted to get into, we're really looking for a great generator for the summer because storms are coming, your power's going to go out, and, yeah, we have inverters and stuff like that, and you might want to run almost your entire house. So you're going to need a higher wattage generator. So this generator right here has 6,800 running watts and 8,500 starting watts. So basically what that means is you're pretty much going to run your fridge, probably your AC unit, maybe your heat if it's in the winter or something like that. Pretty much your whole entire house.
As long as it runs my TV, I'm happy.
Yeah. Hey. Well, then I'll just use an inverter, Eric. 7-gallon fuel tank, you guys, is going to give you 9.5 hours of runtime at a 50% load. It is a very big tank. It's got a 3-year warranty on it. 420 volt, 20 amp GFCI protected outlets, and one 240 volt twist lock 30 amp. I'm loving that 20 amps, you guys. We've done some recent generators. They're mostly 15 amps, and even one was 14 amps. So most of your power tools out on the job site are going to be 15 plus amps. With the 20 amp, you're going to be able to run welders off this. I wanted to run my my Millermatic 211 auto set off of it, but I didn't have the plug. But I'm going to try to order it. Hopefully in this video I'm going to show you an overlay of that.
And I don't know if you talked about too, but Yamaha engine.
Yamaha power, you guys.
Yeah.
Yamaha, Subaru, Honda, they're kind of all up there in the higher tier of motors, You may see other Generac, stuff like that. They make their own engine. It's just some Chinese knockoff, no make. I mean, I'm not saying knockoff. I'm not.
No, I know what you mean, but
I'm not knocking
it's
Generac.
not the Honda. It's not the Yamaha. The ones that have been proven over a long period of time.
And basically, that's what Ridgid does. Is Ridgid, took a nice alternator or generator and made it to a really good engine and built a really nice, what they call zero gravity frame around it. Handle folds down. Easy to maneuver, easy to put in underneath a countertop or something like that, or in your storage area. One thing that I didn't like about it though is when you do go to tip it back, there's really nowhere good to put your foot to actually rest it to come back. That's probably my only knock against this machine. I love the deep 7-gallon fuel tank. I love that it's electric start.
Yes, that's very cool.
Started super easy, you guys. A recommendation that we have is use True Fuel on these things. I mean, obviously 7 gallons of True Fuel is very expensive.
So you'll have to get a mortgage out for that.
Right. So what you may want to do is, just have some fresh cans lying around, but, run it with True Fuel and, shut it off, and then it could be able to sit. You're not going to be corroding the lines with ethanol or anything like that. And if you know you have a big job, or if the power outage is coming, Then just run regular fuel through it. As long as you're burning it through,
then you're
great.
fine. But like Dan was saying, if you just use regular gas, you don't treat the gas, I think it has a shelf life of roughly 3 months. True fuel should have 2 years. So it's a big difference. Like Dan said, once you get that gas in there and it's sitting around, it causes havoc on your stuff.
Right, and it has a 3-year warranty, and that's just not a regular warranty, that's a commercial warranty. So if you're a contractor and you want some major job power, you know, you're building a house, you're running the lights, you're running your compressors, you're running all that. I mean, this is designed to hold up to the job site conditions, you know? And really, I love the electric start.
It is nice.
It is, because you know, you don't have to pull it and stuff like that. It's just a really good unit, you guys. Really, really good unit. Also on the front, they have what is called a Gen Smart display. And what that's going to show you is it's going to show you voltage, amperage, and also frequency.
And hours and stuff like that.
And hours. So for maintenance, tracking maintenance, changing the oil in the motor. And I could see, if we're overlaying it right now when we're running that saw out there, you can see exactly how many watts it's sucking from the unit. So I know if that saw was sucking, I don't know, I can't remember what it was sucking, but if it was sucking 3,000 watts, I know that, hey, I have another 3,800 watts to go. So I could hook up a heater. I could hook up a compressor and stuff like that. Available at the Home Depot. It's just under $1,000, $999. Sometimes you can catch them on sale. Looking at the reviews on Home Depot, you guys, it's got
good reviews.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. 145 people gave it 5 stars. I mean, obviously, some guys like this guy, don't waste your money. You know, best money spent, well engineered and manufactured, well worth the cost. There's a lot more positives than there are negatives. This guy, worst one you know, people have problems with stuff. Some people expect the world.
Well, here, go back to that one. It says, use it during one storm. Started the first time. The next year it didn't work. Apparently they're weatherproof during the storms. For inverter construction. Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's a guy who could have put bad gas in there.
That's exactly why that didn't work the next year.
Exactly.
Ethanol, he put bad gas in it. These engines are so reliable these days, you guys. It's amazing. But the minute you put gas station gas in it, you're going to be running ethanol. And what ethanol does is it's a corn-based chemical, and what it does is it eats through your lines and it creates gum in your carburetors, okay? And talking to every manufacturer we ever deal with that has small power equipment, the first thing they say to us is, please, please, please use stable. And so what we do for our reviews is we buy, did you throw that can out already?
I did, yeah.
We buy a can of True Fuel and we run it off of True Fuel. So like, let's say I'm gonna keep this generator. I know there's True Fuel in it now. I know for a good 2 years, this thing's gonna start and have no problems. Now, like I said, if in case I need it and have to run it for a few days, you know, that gallon of True, was it a gallon?
I believe it was.
It was a gallon.
Yeah, it was a gallon.
That gallon of True Fuel, which was $20, but that gallon of True Fuel is going to keep the unit safe, and then I'm going to be able to pour regular gas through it, and when I'm getting end to be done with it, I'm either going to stable it or add more True Fuel to it. Ethanol is just really bad for small engines.
No, it's not. It's different for the cars. The engines in the cars burn hot. They burn a lot more efficient and stuff like that. And we're going through that gas
plus you're using them every day.
Exactly.
You're going through and there's no carburetors in cars anymore. Even like you have an old Jeep sitting around, ethanol is going to kill that carb. And that's what people don't understand. Even talking with someone at a big box store, he's like, man, you know, when we get this stuff back, he's like, all we do is clean the carburetor out and they fire and they run perfect, and then they have to sell them at a discount. So really, it's kind of a disadvantage for the manufacturers because they're probably losing money on this stuff because these idiots are putting old gas in. I had a situation where I loaned something out to a guy that was a mechanic. I mean, he was a mechanic for the longest time. The Mantis. It was actually a mechanic, and they filled it up with gas, which was nice to bring it back. And as soon as I got it back, it started running rough. And I'm like, what is going on with the Mantis? The thing's not running well. Well, it turns out it was bad gas. I thought that something was wrong with it. And then I bought one of those gas test kits, turned brown. Oh, wow. And I'm like, and then I told them about it, and they didn't believe me. Like, oh, that's not bad gas. You guys, gas goes bad in as little as 30 days. You need to get chemicals like Stable, like, you know, True Fuel, stuff like that. Seafoam, I think Seafoam has those chemicals in it. But what I really like about this is I love that gauge. That gauge is just really helping me out to figure out what I can run off this. It's a pretty big generator. You're going to be able to run most of your house and most of your job site off it. That's about it. Big wheels on it, easy to maneuver. easy to do an oil change, and like Eric said, it's got that maintenance gauge on the front, and that's going to allow you to gauge when it's time for an oil change on it. So, you know, there's two ways generators are used, you guys. You either buy this and you use it constantly every day for 3 years on a job site, or you buy it and it gets used twice.
Exactly.
Because it's a home backup generator. But I definitely highly recommend these Ridgid generators. I used to recommend Pramac, but Pramac is now bought out by Generac, so I can't really tell, you know, I had a bad experience with Generac one time. Not saying Generac's a bad company at all in any way.
No, but we did. We had one that it was not
yeah, it just left a bad taste in our mouth, so I just don't want to go that route. So now I kind of recommend Ridgid Subarus. And I think that right now, for $1,000, if you're looking for a generator, this is one of the best ones out there. You know, you want to look for these Yamaha engines, Subaru engines, Honda engines. Those are the generators you're gonna want to look for. And you can check it out right at the Home Depot.
Very well spoken, Dan.
I know. It has a Yamaha MZ360 overhead valve engine with electric start. Clean power for sensitive electronics, so it is like an inverter. Less than 6% total harmonic distortion. And the idle down feature, which I thought was cool.
Yes, that's nice.
When you turn it on, it takes 30 seconds for it to idle down. It's a warm-up feature. But it started right up for us. And the cool thing is, too, is in this zero-gravity frame, it's got really good motor mounts, so it doesn't vibrate. It's not going to walk on you. It's pretty heavy, actually. That's about it.
Sounds good. So, guys, like Dan said, take a look at it at thehomedepot.com, or actually homedepot.com.
I just want to see the weight. Oh, it weighs 245 pounds, so don't think
so it's pretty light.
Yeah, don't think you're going to be pulling this in and out of your truck with one person. You're definitely not. Even with a ramp, you're going to need 2 people for something like that.
That's why we got it sitting on the ground instead of up here.
Why don't you bring it up here?
No, thanks.
Dude, you guys, I'm loving it. Good stuff. Readily available at the Home Depot. You know Ridgid takes care of you guys.
They do.
I definitely love it. Just like I like their little Subaru power washes with the cat pumps.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love when companies do that. They go the right route instead of going, you know, hey, let's just go with no-name brand, make our own engines, and, you know, brand it. I like when they go with well-known brand engines.
Proven stuff that you know is going to last, is going to work.
And I feel like it helps sell the product.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me it does. I'd rather have something that's got a Yamaha engine than, you know.
Yeah. So, you guys, I'm definitely keeping this. This is going to be in fact, we got to go get some TIA stickers to put on it. This is going to be the TIA generator. We're going to take it to job sites. We're going to use it for when our power goes out. Knock on wood, my power has... how many years have we been doing generators? Like 7 years. My power's gone out here once for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You really
has yours gone out?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think it was 2 years ago. Our power went out. This is the first time it's ever happened, but it went out for, I think, like 3 days.
Wow, what did you
We lost
use?
all this stuff. I didn't have a generator. I didn't have anything at the time.
Oh,
I lost
really?
everything
How
in the
long
fridge.
ago?
Maybe 3 years ago.
Why didn't you ask me? I probably had a generator.
Because it's one of those things, like I saw power on the very next block over from me. Thought, okay, well, they're going to have mine up pretty soon. Then all of a sudden it started rolling into the next day. Then I'm like, they got to have it up, you know.
Isn't that the worst when your power's out, but across the street the power's on?
Yeah, it was literally, I could look out my back door and it was still not even across the street. It was the next block right over. It would happen to be on a different grid. So, yeah, so we lost everything in the fridge, all that stuff.
Yeah, 75 dBs, you guys. It is quieter than most generators, but I mean, it's not that quiet. I mean, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's next to your bedroom window, you're probably not getting any good sleep.
No.
So, tools in action, you guys. Why don't you wrap it up? Tell them where they need to go.
Yeah, so guys, take a look. Go over to toolsinaction.com. Go ahead and read through. We always love hearing comments, whether they're down below, whether they're on TA or toolsinaction.com. Check it out. But also, don't forget the Power Tool Forum. A lot of awesome people over there. Go. You can talk generators, talk other things like that. The other big thing, too, to note is we're on Instagram now, so go ahead and follow us there. And guys, anytime you talk anywhere else or you leave comments, always hashtag TIA Crew. What we're going to be doing is patrolling the internet, and at times that we see that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start giving away stuff. Not to obviously everybody, but we're going to pick certain things at certain times of the month, certain times of the year, so you can win things.
Yeah, and it looks like, just looking on Home Depot's website, you guys, it looks like they have another one just like it for $100 cheaper. That's actually a little more power, but it has
a different frame too, right? Though, or
no, well, it just has a Ridgid engine though. It just says Ridgid, so that's what we were just talking about. So you are paying a little bit of a premium for that Yamaha engine, but You know, like I said, I definitely recommend it. And if you wanted to go with a smaller one, you know, the entry-level ones start at roughly $749.
I see one for $700.
I don't know. Is what do they go by? Starting watts or what?
Yeah, I don't know, because it says, 6. Yeah. I would imagine they're going to show off the starting watts. You know?
Yeah, so this was the 6800 for $999. So, actually, the one for $749, the special...
Oh, no, that's showing running watts, actually, right?
No, that's starting watts. But actually, the one for $899, the special buy right now is on sale.
Isn't the one we just did?
No, we just did
we didn't do this one.
700. Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's on sale right now is actually more wattage, but it is like the no-name engine. It just says Ridgid on it, which technically isn't bad, you know, because Troy-Bilt, you know, they do their engines.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know, and those engines start like first thing. I mean, basically what happened, you guys, is Honda owned the small engine industry for years, right? But I think now and these days, having the name Honda is good to have, but these engine clone makers are just so good at cloning the Hondas that...
Well, I think the manufacturing process over the years have gotten a lot better too, so you can make a little bit better engines.
Well, here's one. They have one with a Honda too.
14, how many?
Wow, Honda GX.
7,000.
7,000 running watts.
Wow, so you're almost paying $400 more.
You're paying $400 more for 200 more running watts, which is...
and the Honda name.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Very crazy. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Dan's got an important phone call he's got to take, and that's about it.
All right, you guys, Tools and Action. Did you talk about the forums and all
that?
I
did. Talked about all that stuff.
Right.
They've already got it. In fact, they've already clicked off of here, and they're on there right now.
Let us know what you guys think of Ridgid generators at the bottom, you guys. We really want to know what's your favorite brand of generators. Like I said, I'm loving Ridgid. I love Subaru. I liked Pramac. Pramac is no longer around. They got absorbed by Generac. What other manufacturers are there? That's about it. A lot of them are just Chinese manufactured generators these days, just slapping their name. You know, like Power Stroke, something like that. But really, Power Strokes aren't bad. I feel like any generator you get is really good. I just like the features on this one with the... why are you laughing?
Power Stroke, wasn't that a porno movie back in the 70s?
Actually, that's a Ford diesel engine. Yeah. Tools in Action.
For more exciting tool action, go to toolsinaction.com.